7 different types of narcissistic individuals. As when it comes to narcissistic people, they still have their own individual identity. Their personality is still created on the illusion that they're trying to sell to those around them of who they are as a person. They all tend to run from at least 5 of the 9 criteria, so they can all have that sense of entitlement, that lack of empathy, the exploitative nature, envious of other people, arrogant and haughty behaviour, grandiose, a belief they are special, preoccupied with themselves. However, how they mask their fragile self-esteem and how they mask their exploitative nature is different depending on the persona that they're trying to sell to those around them. So you can have a grandiose narcissist who is characterized by that inflated sense of self-importance, the need for excessive attention and admiration. They still lack empathy, they still believe that they are special. However, with their charismatic charm, they usually have enough supporters to back them up. They usually have enough enablers and flying monkeys that almost worship the ground that they walk on and will do anything to support and help the grandiose narcissist, which validates the grandiose narcissist that they are superior and that they are better than others. Then you can have the malignant narcissist. Malignant meaning evil by nature, and they are very sadistic. They get pleasure out of other people's pain. They can have traits of other disorders such as antisocial personality disorder. With the malignant narcissist, I believe it came from Eric Fromm, and it's not an official term. However, the malignant narcissist, they tend to rule by fear. People fear what the malignant narcissist might do to them if they don't live on that narcissist's terms. So they tend to, people around that narcissist tend to be conditioned into doing some horrific things that they don't believe they were capable of doing, and they find it very difficult to live with themselves. And then the malignant narcissist has this hold over them. The malignant narcissist usually has enough people that fear them, so they support them from anybody else getting to the malignant narcissist. The malignant narcissist may also have enough people that they're love bombing to believe their lies. Then you can have the vulnerable narcissist, who is that very fragile, woe is me victim. All narcissists are sensitive to criticism, but you will notice it more in a victim narcissist than a grandiose or a malignant. A grandiose, if you criticize them, they will just find a way to devalue you in a manner that makes them look good. The malignant will find a way to punish and hurt you and then get pleasure out of the pain that they've caused you. The victim will look to, the vulnerable will look to play the victim and guilt trip you to make you feel sorry for them. They get their admiration and validation by their suffering and their inadequacies and their low self-esteem. Then you can have the Sematic Narcissist, who is basically focused on their physical appearance. Now, just to clarify, not everybody that hits the gym or works out or makes an effort with their makeup or their hair or their clothing or their car are narcissistic individuals. There's various reasons why people do this. However, a Sematic narcissist, their personality, their way of gaining that attention is based on their appearance, their grandiose home and cars and looks and demeanour. And then you can have the Cerebral Narcissist, who has to be the smartest person in the room. Now, when you're dealing with somebody who is non-narcissistic, who has genuine intellect, and you go to them with a question and say, hey, I don't quite understand this, someone who is genuine will explain it to you. Or if they don't know the answer because it's not a topic that they're particularly into. They'll say, oh, good question, I don't actually know that, I'll look it up for you. Or, oh, I know someone who does know that. With a narcissistic person, they're going to berate you, they're going to pull you down, they're going to make you feel small and insignificant and stupid, rather than admit that they don't have the answer to the question. They've no time for you because they believe that they are superior than you, and they use their intellect to manipulate and exploit. Then you can have the compassionate narcissist that seems oh so caring and seems to serve to protect people and help people. Yet they pick sides. They lack the empathy in one aspect. The empathy they show for one thing, they lack in another. They're looking to gain that admiration and validation of, wow, look at me fighting for this cause. And there's plenty of people that fight for a cause with good intentions, that can see the different perspectives. A narcissistic individual cannot see other people's perspectives. They are only interested in their own, and they are highly sensitive to any form of criticism. They're more likely to play the victim if anyone calls them out, or they can be malignant and seek to ruin somebody, to punish them for daring to call them out. They tend to be involved in something that they actually don't knowledge on, but just enough to make it look like they care about something. Then you can have the communal narcissist that appears to be so helpful and so kind and so giving and so loving, and goes to great lengths to support the community, when they're usually just ripping people off. They're usually lying about who they are as a person in order to get their needs met by people. So you can have somebody that's in the community that's going all out to help others in the community. However, they're not doing it because they care about the community. They're doing it because they care about the attention they're getting from helping others, and they use what they're doing to help others to play the martyr of their suffering, of how much they're doing for other people, how much they're trying to help other people and support other people. They're not doing it for the benefit of others, they're doing it for the benefit of themselves. Now, there's plenty of community orientated people who are doing it for the sake of the community. It helps them feel better about who they are as a person by helping other people. With a narcissistic individual, it helps them feel better as a person by getting praise and recognition and excessive attention. They actually can't be bothered with the mundane tasks of helping other people. They usually get other people to do their dirty work for them with that feigned incompetence, so that they can get away with their behaviour. And a narcissistic individual, as and when needed, can revert to any of the roles. If they need to act grandiose, they will. If they need to play the vulnerable, they will. If they need to pretend that they're compassionate or communal, they will. If they need to pretend that they know the knowledge of something, they will. If they need to use their looks on something, they will find a way to do that. They are more than willing to cross over as and when needed. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments with people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support of the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm for sure this channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon: 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create emotional, psychological and physical boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.